Hey guys, what's up? It's Sam. Today I'm going to be reviewing the RagAndBone sweatpant jeans. If you are like me and have just been like chronically online lately, you will have definitely seen these pop up on your For You page. I think they're cute, but if you have seen the price point, you would understand my hesitation to buy these. So I figured if I do a review, it makes it all worth it. That way you guys know what you're getting into and I feel like I can justify it. However, I'm still unsure if I'm keeping these, so we'll talk about why in a second. If you guys want to see a shorter version of this video, you can check out my other social media. My Instagram and TikTok are Samantha.hope. Let's first talk about the particular style that I got. So as fun as it is to call these the sweatpant jeans, they're actually called the Miramar jeans. RagAndBone is pretty notorious for having a little bit higher than maybe they should price points. It's not a bad thing. They're just not the cheapest brand out there, considering that this is the price point of this brand. It is not surprising to see this cost a little bit more than maybe it should. However, just like upon immediate try on, my first impressions, like the price point isn't absolutely insane. The fabric is genuinely very, very nice. It is 100% cotton. I personally like that, but something to keep in mind is that because of that, you have to be a little bit more careful with how you wash it, which again, it's fine. It's just like one of those things. So the particular style that I got are the Sophies, and the color is Kimber. We're gonna get a little bit more into the actual details of the jeans, but I want to talk more about the price. So the prices range from being $175 to $225, at least from what I've seen, and I'm specifically talking about the jeans. They also have a pair of shorts and a denim looking jacket, which is interesting. I didn't actually realize there were like more things in this collection. Some of these jeans have buttons on them and then some don't. Same with pockets. Some of them have pockets and some don't. I do not believe that any of them have back pockets that aren't printed on. We'll talk about that in a second because I have a lot of thoughts about these pockets. Something I will say is if you were like, I will never spend that much money on a pair of jeans, I would never spend that much money on a pair of sweatpants, I would never spend that much money on both of them combined either, then these are not the pants for you. Like, and that's totally fine. That makes a lot of sense. A lot of people would not have the budget to do that. I completely understand why you would not do that. There are a lot of cheaper alternatives that are honestly probably even better. So like, that is not a bad thing to not do that. However, if you are someone who does have more room in your budget, if you're looking for a comfy pair of jean looking pants that serve the same purpose as sweatpants in a lot of ways, then this might be the right item for you. You really just have to like internally reflect on what situation you're in and why these would work for you and how you would be able to wear them. I think a really good example of this would be if you are someone who travels a lot for work and you feel like you're gonna run into your coworkers at the airport, or in general, like maybe you're going from the office to the airport and to like another meeting, something like that, and you can wear denim and you feel like this could be a really good fit for you. That way you're comfortable on the plane, comfortable while traveling, but also look a little bit more put together. I think these are perfect for you. I also think about people like my sister. My sister is like always wearing a nice outfit to the airport. I literally never am. I always look actually disgusting and like scary when I'm at the airport, but a lot of people do look really good at the airport. Not one of them, but I can totally understand why this would be literally the perfect item for you if you are a girly who's like, I like to look nice at the airport and I travel a decent amount. Absolutely perfect. Kind of like going off that theme too, especially with work, I have always been allowed to wear denim in any office setting that I've worked in. That's not always, it's not like the most typical thing ever, but I think these could have been really good for days, especially where I was just like not really feeling it, where it was cold, or I just didn't actually want to get up and like go to work, but I had to like get up, get dressed, whatever. I think these could be a really, really great option for just like a little bit of a lazy Monday or something like that. Now, who I don't think these are for. If you are someone who likes a sweat set and you like the comfort of a sweat set, I think you're going to be disappointed to find that these aren't the same amount of comfort as true sweatpants. I think these for sure serve a purpose, so it's like not denying that at all, but they aren't the same as sweatpants. I feel like you can't compare anything to sweatpants because sweatpants are literally sweatpants and they're incredibly comfortable. Even when I'm talking about something like leggings, I wouldn't say like athleisure or anything around that is the same amount of comfortable as something like sweatpants would be. Again, like that is just personal preference. I'm a big sweatpants girl. Like anyone who knows me knows like I love any type of sweat set, but this is not the same thing. It doesn't make it bad or uncomfortable even, it's just different, honestly. So if you're buying it with the intention of being like, these are gonna feel exactly like sweatpants and they're gonna be the same amount of comfortability, they probably won't. Something also to consider is the ones that I bought have a button on it. Not all of them have the button. I really did want the button. I don't like the way the screen printed button looks, but because naturally there's a button on it, it's gonna make it a little bit more uncomfortable. And with the particular pair that I bought, these pockets in the front are real. These ones, however, However, like the little mini pocket is not. So this is a real pocket. This isn't a real pocket. The back kind of drives me crazy if I'm being totally honest. These aren't real pockets. I'm gonna be so honest. I feel like you can totally tell that they're not real pockets. I think if I were walking around and wearing these, I would want to wear something that covered up at least this top part of it, because these, like, they don't like jut out a little bit. There's no like sewing on it that makes it seem like there's some texture to it. It's literally just screen printed. Something that's interesting to me about that is this has texture and this has texture. Same with even like the belt loops. These are real belt loop, but this has zero texture, so it's just completely flat. I understand why they did that, because you don't want to lose out on too much comfort here, but I sort of just wish like there was something different about it. I don't know. But honestly, I feel like if this part was covered, I would not know at all. I think that's another part of it. If I were just passing someone in the street, I don't think I would look at these and be like, those are sweatpant jeans. Even as someone who knows now that those are a thing, like even as someone who's like kind of looking for them, I guess, who would be able to spot that, I don't think I would notice it immediately, especially if it was just someone who was walking past me. However, I was thinking like if I went to dinner with a friend and they came in and I was like kind of looking at their outfit just because I like was curious what they were wearing or whatever, I think in that case I might be able to tell and notice it. But again, I now know these exist, so I think that there's a really large case where if someone's not fully aware that these exist or anything, they might not even be able to tell or know. They also have a real zipper. I don't believe all of them have that. I think there are some that are like jogger style where it's literally everything is just printed on it. I personally am not a fan of that, so I think like I knew not to buy that one for me because I didn't think I would like it. But that is something to keep in mind if you're like, hey, I'm willing to sacrifice the comfort. I literally just want it to look like denim here. I don't care about what the top part looks like. Slay, love that. That would probably be a better fit for you than this particular one. Let's talk about sizing for these. So some of them come in like the standard like numbers, so like 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, etc. And then some of them come in like extra small, small, medium, large, etc. I don't know why. I could not tell you. I appreciate a number because I know where I am sized, and it makes sense to me. They're also something that you can size down in if that's something you want to do, just because they're a little bit looser. But I personally like the fit of them a little bit looser, but you can absolutely size down if you want. That way it's like a little bit more cinched. I think that makes sense to a lot of people, like having it fit tighter, because then it's more jean-like. But to me, it almost like defeats the purpose of the sweatpant part of it if they're tight. So I think that's kind of why they do the sizing the way they do. But that is something to keep in mind. Something else that I noticed that I think is very important to be aware of are the length of these. So I am 5'5.5", and honestly these are so long on me. These are something that I would absolutely have to get tailored if I wanted to wear them. The issue with that is they're already so expensive, so it sucks that you can't pick a different inseam length than what is like automatically assigned to the jeans. So there's no version of like short, regular, long. It definitely sucks. I wish there was, because that is like a very common complaint I saw. Very good though if you are someone who I would say is like 5'7" and above. I think these would be perfect length on you. I do believe RagAndBone does do tailoring, but you cannot do tailoring from RagAndBone from what I'm familiar with. If you order something online and then come into the store and get them tailored, I believe you have to purchase them in the store and then get them tailored there, which kind of sucks. I wish that wasn't the case because it'd be so much easier to get these tailored, but you can't do it that way, unfortunately. But there's something good about it. That way you can try on the different styles and stuff, but you have to make a day out of it instead of just like ordering it online. Benefit, I'm pretty sure it's free if you do it in store, but I don't know. Tailoring these probably wouldn't be such a significant cost. It'd probably be like maybe $15 to $20, like at the most $30. But again, you're adding that already onto something that is expensive, and I'm unsure all seamstresses would feel super comfortable with this type of fabric, simply because it sort of looks like denim, but it's not. I don't think it's would be like particularly hard to do. I don't know, I'm not a seamstress, but I think that like it's not a standard fabric, which might throw them a little bit and be like, not what I thought it was. Overall, honestly, I do like these. I think they are exactly what I thought they were. There are some aspects of them that do remind me of like the jeggings from like 2010, but the ones that were like printed leggings specifically. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? There are some parts of them, like especially the back pockets, that I'm like getting flashback of that time where I'm like, oh my god, that reminds me of literally being 9. So something to consider there. And again, I'm not sure that these aren't essentially just jeggings like from the 2010 making their way back, which is deeply funny to me. They're definitely lightweight. They're definitely a nice fabric. They aren't the most soft on the inside, but they're not harsh at all. Like, it's not that it's not soft, it's just not fuzzy, if that makes sense. They definitely lack structure, so like if I were to do that, like they're gonna flop. Not a bad thing, just like different feeling than something like true denim. Overall, honestly, I do like these. I think they're really good for what they are. I think you have to be mindful about the use case for these. If you have $200 to spend on a pair of jeans and a sweat set, and you're like, oh, do I just combine them and get this item? I would probably say no, unless you are someone who travels a lot, prefers to wear denim, unless you are someone who works in an environment where you're traveling a lot for work and you prefer to be a little bit more dressed up. You prefer wearing denim in general rather than a sweat set, and honestly you just have more money to blow than typical, which is a slay, like not judging, then I think these would be a very good pair of pants for you to get. If you're someone though who's on a bit of a tighter budget, you think that these are going to meet like all of your expectations for sweatpants, these are going to be your go-to comfy pants that you wear just like while lounging around the house, and you prefer sweatpants but you think these could be a really good option as well, but you don't really have a particular need for them or a reason why they would fit well into your life, I would say these are probably not the move for you, especially again if you are on a tighter budget. Overall though, I do like them. I definitely understand the purpose that they serve. I think they're cute. They look nice on, to be honest, and I think if I were passing someone walking in the street, I definitely wouldn't notice that this is what they were wearing, at least not in a negative way at all. Like, I might just think naturally their outfit is cute instead of thinking anything like, oh my god, are those the RagAndBone miramar jeans? Like, that wouldn't come to mind. However, now perhaps that I'm like more keenly aware, I might notice more of it. I honestly think these look better in person than they do in camera. I've seen some other reviews where I've looked at them, I'm like, no, those are like literally just printed on, like I can tell. So I think that they're better further away than close up. Again, really not a bad thing. Let me know your guys' thoughts on these. If you have them, do you like them? What different ways do you feel like you styled them that make sense? Do you feel like the cost has been worth it per wear? And also, how are they holding up? That's something I'm super curious about and definitely want to know. The like crotch area, I guess, I feel like in jeans, it tends to, I feel like, wear more because your legs tend to hit each other when you walk. It's a very common thing that happens. You have legs, so they'll do that sometimes. And with that, I think sometimes the fabric here can wear a little bit. Because it's such a thin fabric, I think that you could risk perhaps like something like a tear happening, unfortunately, or just overall a lot more wear and tear in that area compared to other areas of the pants. So I'm curious if other people who have had them for a while have found that to be true, especially if you wear them often, because you kind of have to wear them a decent amount in order to make the, you know, cost per wear lower. If you do not have these, do you guys think you will purchase them? Do you feel like they're worth it, or do you think that they're probably not for you? I will have these linked down below. I bought mine off of Amazon. They were a little bit more pricey, but I kind of was like, I don't know, I trusted like the return process more for whatever reason. But they're also obviously available on RagAndBone. I will link both of those down below if you guys are interested in purchasing these. They're definitely cute, definitely like them, but they are definitely not for everyone. Let me know your guys' thoughts on these down below. If you want to see different ways to style these or find out if I wind up keeping them, because I still don't even know, do not forget to follow me on Instagram, which is samantha.hope, and my TikTok, also samantha.hope. I will see you guys in my next video. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. Bye!